The 10th thing that I hate is competing. And I'm not talking about fun, you know, competition like cheerleading competitions or something. Like, I love cheerleading competitions. Oh my god. What I'm talking about is when someone makes me feel like I have to compete over them. Or someone tries to make me feel like I have to compete with them. I don't want to compete with you. I don't want to compete over a person. I don't want to have to compete. Like, I'd rather be cool and cordial and friends than to compete with someone. And this is a situation that I had with someone that's really, really close to me now, and someone that's like, that I don't fight with at all anymore. Like, we used to fight all the time. We used to be like nemesis. Is that how I say that? We used to fight all the time. She used to be like my #1 enemy, but we don't fight anymore, and we're close now because we stopped competing. It was always a competition with us. I felt like it was always a competition, and that's why we never got along. So I just feel like I'm not gonna compete over a person. If you're a person, you make me feel like I have to compete over you, I'd rather just not talk to you or associate with you. If you're my friend, or you're supposed to be my friend, and you make me feel like I have to compete, I don't want to be friends with you. So let's just not do that. The 11th thing I hate is when people talk loud, especially when they're on the phone and they're like in public or just anywhere. Like, my family, like, I don't know why, but they just feel the need to always talk loud. Not necessarily, I mean, a lot of times on the phone, but it's just in general, like, they just feel the need to, sorry, my fan is on. I'm super hot. But they just feel the need to talk loud, and I can't stand when people just talk loud. And even if you tell them like you're being kind of loud, they're still loud, and it's just like, why are you so loud? Like, it's no point for that. And I can't stand when people are screaming for no reason. You're having a casual conversation. There's no need to scream it to the freaking clouds up above. Like, you don't have to scream when you're talking. You can talk at an inside voice. I mean, I know people get excited or whatever, but talking loud all the time, is that necessary? Like, it's just not. The 12th thing I hate is bullies. I don't condone bullying. I don't like it. And by bullying, I mean just being rude and mean and hateful to people for no reason. Like, it kind of goes hand in hand with like not liking someone for no reason. But a lot of the times when people are bullying someone, it's not even because they don't like them. So it's kind of different. It's just because they're being a bully and they just feel the need to be a bully. Kind of like in my other video when I talked about how people on YouTube are bullies in the comments. When they come at you on YouTube and you type a comment giving your opinion, and they come at you and they're like, oh, F you, you mother. Like, they don't do it because they don't like you. They do it because they're a bully and they have nothing better to do. Don't bully. Like, it's so annoying. And just go get a diary and write your feelings on paper or something. The 13th thing I hate is kind of weird, but it's something that I've always hated, and it's when people touch me or when they're like too close to my face. The main reason why I don't like people being close to my face is because I feel like you might have bad breath or something, and you might spit on me. Something that kind of goes hand in hand with that is when people are like standing up over me and I'm sitting down. I don't know why. I've always hated that. It really, really creeps me out when people do that. Like, it makes me feel so strange and like weird and like claustrophobic or something. Like, I feel like they're like spitting into my hair or something. Like, I don't like that. So I don't like when people touch me either. Like, when they're like, I'm not talking about like a hug or something. I'm talking about like just constantly tapping me or pushing me or hitting me or something. Like, I don't like when people touch me. Or when you're like in a car and you're in the back seat and it's like 3 people and you're on the end or in the middle and their arms keep like gently tapping you. I can't stand that. Like, I really hate that so much. And like, when people get really close to my face, sometimes, one time my friend got really close to my face and I like hit her in the face. I apologize for that, but like, I kept telling her, can you please back up? Can you please back up? And she didn't, and I ended up hitting her. And I didn't even have control over that. It just happened. Like, I just hit her. I was just like, well, I mean, I told you to back up. But I just don't like when people are this close to my face. Unless you're like someone, like, unless I like you a lot and you're like special and you're like, you know, my lover or something, you can touch me all you want. I'm just kidding. That sounded bad. But you get my drift. Like, I don't care if you're like really close to me, if I like really like you or something, but just in general. The 14th thing I hate is when I treat someone a certain way. Like, I'm loyal to them, I'm trustworthy as far as they go, I defend them, I I always have their back, and then they don't do the same for me. 87% and I'm giving you 100%. I don't like that. Like, I feel like it should be the same on both ends. If I'm willing to defend you and give you advice when you need it, or, well, some people aren't good with advice, but you get what I'm saying. If I'm willing to be there for you and be trustworthy, keep all your secrets and stuff, you should be doing the same for me. I feel like if I'm giving you 100, you should be giving me 100 back. The 15th thing I hate is when people are too strange. And I know that sounds kind of weird, but I was going to use the word weird for this. Like when people are too weird, but I feel like weird and strange kind of have a little difference there, at least in my opinion. I feel like strange is just like you can't even fathom like why something is, and then weird I feel like is kind of a little bit more understandable because I love weird people. I'm really weird myself actually. But what I mean by too strange is, like last semester I was in this group for English class. We were working on a group project and I was trying to get to know the people in my group, you know, see what they're all about, make new friends, whatever. And I asked one of the girls in my group and I'm like, oh, you know, what kind of music do you like? And she's like, I don't think that's any of your business. You know, what kind of music I like, that's none of your business. And I'm just like, okay, like, I mean, I thought that was like a general question that people usually ask when they're trying to get to know someone. What kind of music do you like? What kind of shows do you watch? You know, what kind of foods do you like? Where are you from? How old are you? Like, how was that rude? How was that offensive to you? And I don't feel like that was her personality. She was always really strange, but I don't feel like that's how she really was. I felt like she just did that to stand out and try to be extremely different, and she was just trying too hard. It just ended up making her look stupid instead of making her look unique and cool. And I just don't like when people are like that. Like, why do you have to be weird? Like, and then when she told me what kind of music she likes, I'm like, okay, I listen to that type of music too. Like, I guess, like, why is that offensive to you? I think she said like metal or screamo or something like that. I'm just like, okay, like, you acted like you listen to like demonic music or something. Like, it's normal music that plenty of other people listen to. Like, why is that something you need to hide? The 16th thing that I hate is when people expect or demand that you trust them when they've given you plenty of reasons not to. Like, if you effed me over multiple times, who are you to tell me to trust you? I'll wait. I honestly feel like as far as situations like that goes, I feel like you should just kind of show them why they should trust you again rather than telling them to and demanding. Because if you do that, they're never going to. You have to show people why they should trust you and why they can trust you again. You can't just expect them to, after you've done multiple things, to give them reasons not to. For example, if I've told you something and you go and tell someone else, and clearly you know that I wouldn't like it if you told someone else, I'm not going to tell you stuff. I'm going to just, when you want to know something, I'm just not going to tell you, and you're going to be wondering, like, oh, I wonder why she won't tell me. And then I say, oh, I don't trust you. You can't just be like, oh, trust me. I'm trustworthy. It won't happen again. Like, how do I know that? The 17th thing that I hate is when people cough or breathe a certain way. I know that sounds awkward, but it's just something that's bothered me for a long time. And I think I have like misophonia. I think that's what it's called. It's like the hatred of sound. It's like a disorder. I think I have that. I feel like if you're coughing or breathing a certain way and it's noticeable, I feel like you're not doing something right. Like, if you're like and it's like over and over and over again and it's noticeable, just don't do that. If you're breathing and you're not breathing normally, like inhale, exhale, you're like doing some weird stuff and you're just like and it's just like weird, and that's how you breathe, like you're breathing like you have asthma or something. Like, I just don't like that. Like, I don't want to hear that. Makes me sad. The 18th thing that I hate, and I think that's something that I really cannot stand, is when someone's blatantly rude to me, disrespectful to me, telling me off, saying this about me, saying that about me, and then when I defend myself, everyone's like, oh, Tasia, you're so wrong for that. How could you defend yourself? You're so bad. Like, what am I supposed to do when someone's being rude to me? Am I supposed to just sit there and be like, oh, okay, yeah, you're right? Like, no. I mean, if I could be like that, I would be like that. And sometimes I can be like that and respond sarcastically and just be like, whatever. But most of the time, I'm not like that. And I want to defend myself. I have the right to defend myself. I feel like if you're being mean to me and you're like constantly coming at me, blatantly being rude to me, if I come at you worse and harder and you get hurt more, isn't that your fault because you started it with me? You were being rude to me. And then when I finally say something, your feelings are hurt. I just don't get that. Like, why are your feelings hurt now? Your feelings weren't hurt when you had the balls to talk trash. So what's the problem? Well, I don't get it. Like, what's wrong? I feel like if you can talk the talk, then you can walk the walk when someone comes at you full force. And I don't get that. Like, that's something that I really, really hate. Like, when I defend myself, I'm this negative, hateful a-hole that just has no remorse for anyone's feelings. But that person, they were talking trash about me for days, and oh, they didn't get any lecturing or anything for talking trash to me. You're saying I'm wrong, but what'd you say to them when they were saying stuff to me? Nothing. You didn't say a word. So yeah, I feel like that's how it always happens. Like, they'll come at you and be like, you're so wrong, Deja. Can't believe you. This has happened to me so many times too. That's why it like really irks me and I really, really hate it. Like, how am I in the wrong for defending myself? Like, I don't know. Like, if you're not mean to me, I won't be mean to you. If you're not being disrespectful to me, I won't disrespect you. But I feel like if you're disrespecting me, I'm gonna do the same thing back to you. Maybe a little bit more harsh. Maybe a little bit worse than you did, but I mean, if you can't take the heat, then get out of the kitchen. Like, so yeah, everyone, that is my video. I hope you guys liked it. It was kind of long. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. Be sure to share this video as well. And in the comments, tell me some of the things that you hate. What bothers you? What irks you? You can even make a video and tell me the things you hate. And then tell me in the comments and I'll come check it out. By the way, don't forget to subscribe. I love you guys so much. Thank you for watching and I'll see you guys next time.